that work for something in life, they like to keep their surroundings nice. And people, well, that hustle in the hood, they'll do anything. I mean, absolutely anything to keep rising to the top. Even if it boils down to destroying their next door neighbor.
Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate and slave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule because you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to, because I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about Bill Gates and the mark of the beast, and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts, and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring, and George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil, chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk and doubt it, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati.
You're watching the MC Too Tall Show, and I'm MC Too Tall. September 7th, just 2 days ago, in Auburn, Alabama, a veterinarian professor was shot and killed, and her truck was stolen. I'm outraged by this because the victim was a veterinarian professor. Anybody having to do with veterinary work is a friend indeed to me. And anybody that makes a career out of doing nice things for cats because of how much I like cats is a good person with a very good soul that certainly did not deserve to go out the way she did. Her name was Gard Schnulle. So she was a veterinarian professor, Gard Schnulle, and she was gunned down, apparently for her truck, by Harold Rashad Danby III. I'm sorry, Harold Rashad Dabney III. It doesn't even matter what his name is, or even if he's the first, second, or third in his family. This rat pile of cow shit. This low-life sack of shit. This subhuman scum. And of course there's surveillance footage, and the surveillance footage is so graphic it cannot be shown. But he's out there murdering a woman in cold blood for a truck. You know, and as a truck owner, and makes me kind of glad that Diddy's in jail because he's jealous of my truck. But let's get back to this case. As you know, I like cats. I live with 13 of them, and I'm not in the least bit embarrassed by it. And all the things that come with having a whole bunch of cats. Lots of cuddles. Sometimes you gotta break up fights. Sometimes you gotta clean up after them because they missed the box by several rooms. But you take the good with the bad, and they're adorable. And when it's time to pick up a cat and hug a cat, there's a cat there to pick up and hug. And so, this person was murdered in cold blood. This person was murdered in cold blood by the savage killer that deserves capital punishment. He's charged with 2 counts of capital murder. If found guilty, should get capital punishment. Examples need to be made of these people, for lack of a better term. Examples need to be made of the subhuman scum out there murdering law-abiding citizens, murdering people who have done things productive with their lives for the greater good of society, like Julie Gard Schnulle. And of course, heartfelt condolences go out to any family Professor Schnulle may have had. And these people have to be held accountable. The person I talked about yesterday, already has a GoFundMe. Not the victim's family, but the actual culprit. There's a GoFundMe. Now, from the pictures I saw, the screenshots, whatever, it's only $5, but somebody actually contributed something toward the legal team of this son of a bitch bastard. And I'm sure there's another one of ill repute for this Harold Rashad Dabney III. And so many levels of hell where this sack of shit belongs. So many levels of hell. These people are set out to ruin lives. And some people are Manchurian candidates that have been programmed their whole lives to go out and commit destruction and perpetuate madness. And some were just born rotten to the core. And the only way to make society a safer place with their existence is to bring abrupt end to their existence. In other words, you can't have this person and a safe society coexist. But there are going to be people that believe he should be released back into society. I have to check, see if this person has priors. Probably does. I know the one I talked about yesterday had 14 priors. No. People need to go into these prisons and they need to start doing things that are actually constructive while in prison. I mean, labor camps are okay for seedy criminals. Remember the chain gangs? Make them break rocks in the hot sun. Because back in those days, if you fought the law won. As the song goes. And as Sammy Davis Jr. once sung to us in the 70s, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Whether you're the Rashad Dabney III, whether you're that other sack of shit that I spoke of yesterday, whether you're Hillary Clinton or John Bolton. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. No one is above the law. Letitia James said that. Fonnie Willis said that. Adam Schiff said that. John Bolton said that. So, it's time to reap what you sow when you're out there committing these crimes. And of course, I can't speak of a crime without saying crime runs rampant because of the Democrats. If not for the Democrats, this person would not be out on the loose, murdering a sweet, innocent veterinarian professor. Somebody who made a whole career out of doing nice things for cats. I like cats. I despise people who bring harm to those who do nice things for cats. Lord have mercy on the wretched souls of the people who do that. And hell holds a place for them for sure. So many levels. But I digress. Respect God. Watch out for the Illuminati. Follow, share, like, comment, subscribe. Stay strong. Keep kicking that slang. I'm MC Too Tall.